Brace yourself, she's on one.
Hey gang! Today we are doing this is my fingers, obviously. I was just pointing out that I have got Penny Rose. Why do I not prepare myself? I haven't prepared myself. That is Victoria? Who the fuck's that? Vivid Violet and Powder Blue and Pastel Pink, and now we're doing Coat of Alaska. How am I so far behind already? It's like when you go to the doctors and you've got the first appointment and they're already running 45 fucking minutes late. The Alaska one coat, just a thin coat, has had a cure, and I'm now popping Violet Vibes, Powder Blue and Pink Petals. Did I say that or did I say Pastel Pink? It's Pink Petals, whatever I said. And now I've dipped my brush in some IPA and I'm just tapping it all over the nail. I haven't blocked the brush on the paper towel after dipping it, so it's really wet. And just letting that sort of blend all the colours together. I was so close to saying smush then. Smush all the colours together, but obviously not so much so that it all blends into one colour. I'm wiping my brush in between each dip into the IPA, and then just kind of going for a dream-like galaxy kind of nebula. Well, it's not, but just a kind of a blend of them all swirling about together. And I've sped this second one up here because, well, we just saw one. So that will have the same as the other, just patting the IPA over it to let them sort of blend together and create a little swirly whirly whatever the hell. If it pools in the corner where it's too wet, you can just wipe that off and then manipulate it again to cover the corner. They were cured, now they're all done magically. This is Turtle Beach and Lemonade. I'm going to do the exact same thing. The reason I didn't do this at the same time as the other three colours was because they would get a bit muddy, I think, if we put them all together, and you'd end up getting a sort of not great mix. Whereas this way, like that bit there I just wiped off. I didn't like what it looked like over the blue, that bit of yellow, so I just wiped that off. So we can add the colour without, you know, if you put all the colours together and stirred it together, you know, you're not going to get left with a rainbow, you're going to get left with just a puddle of gross. So that's what we were trying to avoid. And also, actually, the reason I did it after was because this is the second hand. This is a set for Ella. Hi, Ella. Hi. I'd done one hand. I thought I'll do one hand first because I didn't really know what I was going to do. I was making it up as I went along. And then I'll film the second hand because I'll know what I'm doing. And at first I didn't know if I wanted those colours on there. So I did the pink and blue and purple and then cured it because then I could wipe it off if I didn't like it. But then I realised that it would make sense to do it that way anyway because they don't end up going all muddy. Oh my God. So now they've all had a cure and I'm adding some clouds. This is Alaska. I'm doing some sort of dots with my brush and then using the belly of that brush just to pull down from the dots, leaving the top of them more opaque. And then, yeah, just sort of gradually fading it down. If this was on like a dark background, if you're doing like a, you know, a classic galaxy kind of black background and dark blues and purples, this would show up a lot more because it's white. But if doing it on these pastels, it wasn't as, oh, I'm slowly, the words are falling out of my head again. It wasn't as opaque as I'd like it to be. So I'm doing a second coat here. So yeah, just doing the circly bits, the dots, and then lightly, I've wiped my brush there, and then just lightly pulling them down and letting it sort of fade out as you get further down. Some of the nails I've done more like another lot of clouds directly underneath one bit of clouds. What? Did the cloud, finished it, cured it, and then did another one sort of so that the top of that cloud was inside the bottom of the other one. Do you get it? You see you'll see. And I'm just using, I still thought they weren't quite as opaque enough as I wanted at the top of them, so I'm just using a detailer brush to I either talk a million miles an hour or I have like a 20-second gap between words. There is no medium. There is no happy medium. So I just lined the top of those clouds to make them a bit more opaque. I'm now taking Alaska and the first base and my brush and doing this sort of one stroke technique. I'm not using my one stroke brush because I don't know, just not. So put a bit of white on one side and a bit of clear on the other, blended them together a bit, and I've just drawn a sort of half circle and then faded it so that it's clear in the middle. I'll explain that again when I do the second coat because I missed that. We're now on to constellations. The plan was I had a bunch of constellations I googled in front of me and I was going to copy a bunch of those, but there were too many shapes in them and lines and this, that and the other, and because I want to put dots where all the joins are and where the line changes angles, it was just going to get too there's going to be too much going on. So I cured the lines first, definitely cure them before doing the dots, otherwise the dots just sort of blend in and lose their shape. So I've made up my own constellations. I should have done at least whichever star sign Ella was, but it was about 3 in the morning and I wasn't going to message her and wait for a reply. So this is the second coat, yes. So I'm doing the half circle with the half white and half clear on my brush blended together, and then just taking the product off and then just sort of blending it and dry brushing so that it's not completely white. We want it to be sheer so we can see through to the... Oh, what's going on? Turtle Beach, boarding pass. I mean, punched in the face with colours. Turtle Beach, boarding pass. This is Flamingo Beach. I'm going to do a little rainbow now. I can't remember if after this I then went over the bottom of the rainbow with a bit more white so it looked like it was coming out of the cloud as opposed to sitting on top. I can't remember. Just marking up. I want the rainbow to join up when she holds her fingers together like so. So that is Flamingo Beach. And I am curing as I go with these. And now I should have sped this up, I believe. So this is Lemonade and then Turtle Beach and Boarding Pass. I don't know which nail I've got coming on where here because it was, like I said, it was late. I kind of forgot that I was filming and when I put the nail in the lamp, I paused the camera and then kept forgetting to press record again. So it was all a bit, this is kind of a mishmash of a few nails. Doing a little starburst here. With some of them I've left with 4 arms and some of them I've given little bits of in the middle like that. And some more stars. And breathe. And then that will go in the lamp. Now we are using, this is Superfine Illusion. It's 002, which is the size, so it's really small. I've put my brush in some base coat and then dipped it into the glitter, and I'm just filling in, not all over, but just filling in some gaps with some glitter. If it clumps on your brush, then you can just spread it out. It's no big deal, because it is super fine. So I'm just filling in. I got to this point and was like, oh shit, I haven't put any glitter on yet. So figured that was a good way to solve that problem. I forgot to film doing the top coat, but we are buffing anyway, just because obviously where we've got quite a bit going on, I wanted to make sure it was nice and smooth. So that's been buffed, and like the corner of that index finger has just been, what am I doing? Where's the top coat? Oh yeah, I'm at the end of the bottle, so I was having a bit of a fight with it. And now we'll top coat. Yeah, my nails, now whenever I do press-ons, I should probably put gloves on because my nails are just getting buffed and looking a mess. I remember I worked at a cocktail bar once in a nightclub, and at the end of the bar this boy kept going, every time I walked past he'd go, buff, buff. I didn't know what he was talking about. I didn't know what it means. But my boyfriend at the time was some Krav Maga ninja doorman at the club, so I went over and said, that boy's being mean to me. I don't know what he did, but I didn't see that boy again for the rest of the night. Oh, and then my friend told me that buff means that he thinks you're hot, so then I felt really bad. but, you know, not that bad. So this is all of the nails. They have been, sorry, I got sidetracked there. They have been buffed and topped, so they're all smooth and shiny. I've done a ring around the planet on that one, just to look like Saturn. I did a line with my brush. Oh, there's a big moon thing there as well. A line with my brush, and then mixed clear and white and gave the sort of the ring a bit of a halo effect. That's all of them. They have been posted today. Thank you for watching. I hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you do. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future ones, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.